Hey guys, welcome to Prod.cast. I'm Basil,
I'm Hendrik.
And I'm SK.
and today we're gonna be reacting to the first episode of Ultraman Trigger. Wow, it's been a while since Ultraman Zack ended, and I think we've all been looking forward to Ultraman Trigger since we heard that it's gonna be a like homage to the Tiga Daina Gaia series, which because it's the 25th anniversary of those shows. Well, only Tiga actually, but they're doing it all together. But we're just so excited that Trigger is finally here because the three of us grew up watching Ultraman Tiga, Ultraman Daina, and Ultraman Gaia. So we hold those shows really close to our hearts. Look at this. And before we start the episode, I just wanted to get some thoughts from you guys. What do you hope to see in episode 1 and Trigger for the rest of the series?
I think one of the thing that I'm a huge fan of Tiga. Like one of the full series that I legitimately completed was actually Tiga. So I genuinely I try to keep my hopes high. And one of the things that I definitely hope that they can show is really the old cast coming back to the show as cameos, particularly Daigo. Yeah, this is something that I personally hope that it will happen, but fingers crossed. I genuinely don't know whether it will happen or not. Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's safe to say that most kids our age either grew up with Tiga or have at least seen a couple of episodes of Tiga. It's quite fair to say that. The last I watched Tiga was when I was really young, and it was on the either Channel 8 or Kids Central channel. I don't remember. I think Channel 8.
Should be
back
Channel
then.
8. Yeah. It was
Yeah,
up in Mandarin.
Yeah, so it was a weekly affair, and I don't recall chasing the entire series. But out of all the Ultraman series, it is the one series that has number one left the biggest impression on me because it's the very first Ultraman I've ever watched, I've ever laid eyes on, and two, it's probably the one that I've watched in its most entirety, except for Orb. But Orb was a very conscious choice in my recent adult years. So prior to Trigger showing, I've actually finished the entire series of Tiga again, and yeah, I am very looking forward to this. I am yet a little bit skeptical. I don't know how good it will be because I am not 100% sold on the suit yet. I'm also not 100% sold on the actor yet.
Smile.
Yeah, and the character that he's portraying. So yeah, I genuinely do hope that through watching this series with you guys especially, I would learn to love the show and love the characters as a whole. So I am hoping to see something.
Yeah,
This
personally,
is the only Ultraman Tiga thing I have.
nice, nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, personally, I kind of agree with you, Hendrik, because I'm not really that sold on the protagonist. But the same could be said for Daigo, because I mentioned this somewhere before. I can't remember, but if you watch Tiga, you would realize that Daigo is actually the most boring character out of the entire show.
That's true.
But the rest of the Guts team actually pull the show up in a way, so that kind of works out. So maybe there's something similar going on with Trigger right here.
Let's hope.
Yeah. But it's kind of bad to say that the actor is boring before you even see anything. So maybe they've learned the lessons from the past, and hopefully they give us a better protagonist this time around.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not to say I don't like Daigo. Daigo's cool, but yeah, kind of boring.
I think this one is definitely gonna sound very controversial. I genuinely, personally hope that there's no more love. I really hope that there's no love angles, because I don't know. I still like the classic love angles between Reina and Daigo so much that I kind of felt that anything right now feels forced if Trigger ever tries to replicate that. That's my opinion.
Wait, so you are saying that you're hoping that the Trigger series doesn't have any love arcs?
Yes.
Kind
I
of
see.
hard lah. I mean,
yeah.
if you look at it in a way, they're already doing the whole Camila thing, and then there's also Yuzare. So they're hitting all the familiar notes, but of course it's still yet to be seen how they're gonna use the characters lah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
There's particularly one character which I personally look forward to. I can't remember his name, but the actor used to act as the Gokaiger villain.
Oh, Basco.
Basco. So He's this time around, he's the way that they feature him in the photo. He does look a little bit like very close to that Basco kind of a villainish, but still a bit like good like this kind of in betweener kind of a character. It felt that way.
Yeah.
So I personally hope that I'm actually looking forward to that character more so than the main character. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Are you looking forward to any characters, Hendrik?
No one in particular. At least not for the first episode. Honestly, the first episode, if I could see a little bit of the Tiga suit, I mean the original Tiga suit in action, I'm more or less happy. But I'm still undecided whether I think any of the old cast should return.
Right. Yeah.
Because-
We still
Because
haven't.
I mean we did discuss about this, right? If any of the old cast return, even if it's not Daigo, even if it's, let's say, the captain, I forgot what's her name,
Iruma.
even if she returns, she'll steal the whole show. She'll easily steal the whole show from with all the fans.
Yeah, that's right.
So
even if they
even
come back
if-
in a different character, right?
So even if any of the old cast return, I feel that it should be a mid-season kind of thing. So like they have given the audience enough time to fall in love with the new character, so that we don't feel like they are being overshadowed or things like that.
Yeah. All in all, I hope this is gonna be more of a op kind of series as opposed to X, where
Yep.
because
Op was
op
great.
was very story focused, and
Yes,
Ultraman X was cameo after cameo after cameo. It was a bit much after a while. I mean, it's nice to see Ultraman come back, but but after a while, you got to wonder how much they sacrifice for the story because they only have 20 plus episodes now. Yeah.
I genuinely think that after watching Z for this particular during the time when it's showing, I don't think so they will fall back to the X formula. They actually do a lot of story oriented episodes, or the way that they run their shows are pretty story oriented based on the past, like Z particularly. Even if some of the shows before that fell flat to me, but I still think that at least they are trying something different. So I genuinely don't think so they will try to fall back that formula to something that's safe.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll see y'all.
Yeah. Okay.
we'll see.
So let's not hold the viewers back anymore. I think we're also excited to watch the show.
Okay.
Really very grateful that Tsuburaya Productions has started putting Ultraman shows up. The same day as they air in Japan. I think Ultraman fans around the world can be very grateful for that. So without further ado, let's go.
Better.
Yeah.
Huh? What?
Before you start, I don't think Kim recorded the Zoom yet.
Oh. Sorry, I forgot. Thanks
Yeah,
for.
I just realized.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
have the recording.
I just realized that.
I
Give me a
didn't
second.
recall hearing that, so yeah. Kim,
I
please
just
start
realized
recording
that.
first. I mean,
let me do that again.
yeah.
Do you want to do the whole thing again, or you?
No,
No
just-
lah.
No lah, see, I'll do the whole thing again. I'll just do that
Alright.
little bit.
Okay. Can.
Basil, go.
Okay,
Let's
let's
do it.
not. Yeah, wait.
Okay. Let's do it, man.
Okay, let's not keep people waiting. I think we're all very excited to start watching episode 1 of Ultraman Trigger. Just very grateful that Tsuburaya Productions has started putting out Ultraman shows on the same day that they telecast in Japan. I think Ultraman fans around the world can be very grateful for that. So, Ultraman Trigger, we'll see.
Sure.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I hope this show takes me higher. Can you imagine if the asteroid hit her head and her head just breaks off and the show just ends here?
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah, it was really fast.
Well, they only
Yeah,
have
that was.
20 plus
yeah.
minutes, so.
Can you imagine if the asteroid hit her head and her head cracks off and the show just ends there?
Okay.
Damn it.
Smile.
同じ静馬財団の一員として
Geez, even his shirt almost looks like the Guts uniform color scheme.
じゃあお先に
Yeah, a bit.
Oh yeah.
Well, they really paid a lot of homage this time round.
It's just been 2 minutes in lah. Let's see.
Oh, this
Oh.
one, even this one they copy Tiga.
No opening.
Oh, yeah, no opening. What the heck?
Guys, what are your thoughts on the new Super Guards uniform? The jacket.
Gut select leh.
Right, sorry, Guards select.
Yeah.
Super Guards is Dyna. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay lah. I think the uniform is okay lah. It's a mix of super guts and guts lor.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's like super guts with guts color scheme. They made him a botanist just like Daigo.
Yeah.
The last time we saw Daigo, in canon, he was a botanist on Mars
Oh.
in Dyna.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Basil.
Yeah.
If we ever do like a watch party marathon of the whole series, right? We should play a drinking game. We take a shot every time he says smile, smile. I don't think we will last 5 episodes.
I don't think it will last one episode.
His hands?
I'm glad to see that they still use practical effects. I mean, mixed with a bit of CGI lah, of course.
Yeah.
Very typical monster design. So
Well, I mean, it's a combination of Goza and Melba. So
yeah. But based on putting it on Mars is also smart. Also, they save a lot of setting. Yeah, they save a lot of setup because everything can be just the same.
I think eventually they're gonna go back to Earth because Gut Select is on Earth, what?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Oh, so they even address that is fused.
Yeah.
Cool.
Interesting.
Like it's not like some new monster, you know, but they actually address that it's Goza fused with Melba.
Yeah.
Cool.
I wonder if there was ever a trigger duck.
A trigger what?
Duck.
Oh, dark trigger. Like Tiga. We'll see.
I think it's inevitable.
Oh?
It has been their style since like who knows when.
Yeah, I mean if they follow the old one, then yeah lah.
Like
Oh,
like
Ruruye. That's the name of the island from Final Odyssey.
Oh.
Yeah.
The where Tiga fought his last battle.
Yeah, I think this show is going to be heavily connected to the original Tiga series.
Wow, he really loves smiles.
Yeah, if this
Yeah,
guy went on the wrong
and-
path,
and-
he's going to be the Joker.
Yeah, and he became in the instant he became Goda Yusuke.
Yeah. Oh, Goda Yusuke also another guy who loves smiles a lot. What?
かつて勇敢に戦い運命を切り開いた者がいた
Is he trying to reference Tiga? Yeah, he's referencing
Whoa.
Tiga. Jeez.
夢見る未来を手に入れるため自分に何が
Jeez.
But again, it might not be Tiga. Like, it might not be
くれない
Like
Daigo
Tiga.
Tiga.
Right? Yeah.
自分自身で出さなきゃならない
I believe that there's more. I mean, there's definitely more than meets the eye when it comes to this old guy.
Yeah, definitely.
and the filming as well.
Yes. Oh my god.
That's 2 shots right there.
Yeah.
It's very fast.
There you go.
Okay.
Maybe Trigger used to be dark.
Oh, see. That's a reference to Duck Tiga.
Yep.
Yeah.
なんで僕異星人の言葉がわかるんだ
Oh, so they have their own language.
的な再会を想像していたんだけどね
I don't really like her design. Her design got a lot going on
Yeah, there's just too much going on.
compared to Kamila.
会うとはね
How many Yamero must he say?
Lesser than his mouse.
I was about to say that.
Virtual high five.
There you go.
Yes, I mean somehow or rather that old guys got to know that Trigger can interact with this device and use it as a
I-
spark lens.
Yeah.
And he will also know that this kid is the chosen one.
Correct.
Yeah, definitely.
He knows more than he's lighting up, lah. For
Yeah
sure.
lor, yeah lor. Because you know the Yuzare, that lady who disappeared,
Mm.
that girl. The actress is also playing his daughter, who is a member of Gut Select.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Here we go, boys.
That was fast.
let's
Okay
go.
lah. Oh, he doesn't fly in, huh? He just expands.
Okay, lah, that's, if you guys realize, there's not much like.
Yep.
Yeah. For change. For real change.
Whoa, look at that. That's a key sentence.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. That could be a clue on whether it's an
Yeah.
alternate universe.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Holy
CG.
shit, this is amazing. This is probably that GoPro shot.
Yeah. Yeah, this dude definitely knows a lot.
Yeah.
Way too much, in fact.
If it's an alternate universe kind of situation, he might
Sorry?
be a traveler.
Yeah, well, he could be Uncle Exposition or something.
Yeah. Wow, a bit hard pains, yeah. First episode, they are already dirtying the suit.
Oh, she's really going out at him. Yeah, his eyes are really small. Huh?
Yeah. Really, really tiny.
If the eyes are like maybe 120%, would be nicer. I like his grunt. His grunt very nice.
I like it.
His grunt is the very like young Ultraman kind of grunt.
Yeah.
Oh, he has one
Oh.
too.
Yeah, he's the scientist boy, I think.
Alright.
Listen
mean,
to
I
the ending
don't-
song,
I don't think we should like expect a secret ending, right?
I
But
don't know,
likely
but
there will be a next episode though. Yeah.
Like
yeah,
a
there might be
preview.
a next
Yeah,
Next
the
episode
preview of
preview,
that
yeah.
next episode. They just don't know how to design sword, do they?
They need to design something that looks appealing to kids as well, so kids will buy it.
How is this appealing to kids?
Of course, it's not appealing
I
to
don't
you.
know.
You're an adult.
I'm not a kid.
Okay.
See you.
Like it still needs to be colorful enough that kids would, enjoy it.
Yeah.
地球を守る防衛隊ガッツセレクトの一員になった僕の前に
Ooh.
怪獣ギマイラが現れる
Oh, Gumaya.
復活した第二の闇の巨人ダーゴン
Ooh.
するには
Ooh,
どっちも
power type,
パワ
power
ーを上げる
type.
しかない次回ウルトラマントリガー未来への飛翔スマイルスマイル
There we go.
Okay. That's it.
Alright.
Okay. I'll start with my thoughts first. Since I think out of the three of us, I watched the least Ultraman compared to the two of you.
Okay.
So I am very excited to be on this journey with you guys. Trigger might be the third Ultraman series that I watch in its entirety. Might be, we'll see. I don't know if it's a conscious choice that the introduction story to what's his name again?
Kengo?
Kengo.
Yeah.
And his and whatever that's happening to him is very, very short. I don't know if it's a conscious choice because they assume that people who are going to be watching Trigger will be also fans of Tiga. So they just assume that you already know what's going on with more or less what's going on in the Ultraman series, and they just jump you straight into the action. So yeah, I don't feel that we got enough time to connect with Kengo yet, but I guess that's what the series is for. Plus, I mean, how much storyline can you squeeze into a first episode of a 20-minute episode, right? When I also like the fact that when Trigger henshins, he doesn't fly in, but possibly that could be a first episode thing only, because since his last state was a stone giant, a stone statue, so that would make sense that his first transformation is just to break off the stone and just grow bigger. Maybe from the second one onwards, he will need to fly in and off, since supposedly, since it seems like second episode onwards, he's gonna be on Earth. So I don't quite know yet if I enjoyed the first 20 seconds of the fight scene, with the whole 360 flying drone thingy. It definitely is a very fresh take, because I don't think they did that in Z as well, right? Because I haven't watched Z yet.
They did something similar. They did quite a lot of very adventurous kind of fight scenes in Zack. And one of them was in episode 7, I think, when Jeet and Zero were with made an appearance, and they did this thing where they had like the three of them fighting the monster, and they just stuck like a GoPro underneath.
Oh yeah.
So the on a very long boom, and then the operator was just like, I don't even think he's monitoring the thing, So that that's like really like, it's crazy mastery of the craft, man.
So,
but it for something that looks so amazing, it looks so simple to execute.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for this one, for today's the one in Trigger episode 1, it seemed like they not only did it from below, but they went up and around as well. So wow, I really look forward to seeing the behind the scenes video.
It kind of made me feel that it was CGI instead, though.
Yeah, it's
CGI background with the
it's
actual
mixed,
actors.
it's mixed. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still undecided how I feel about it. I might need to watch it again later or another time. But I know that
very Sakamoto lah.
that first 20 seconds of the fight scene definitely did get my heart pumping. I'm like, okay, so it's finally a very fast paced, because that's exactly how we felt when we first watched the Zero movie, where
right.
yeah. So I again, I don't know if my facts are correct or not, but to me that was the very first one where we actually saw a lot of Ultraman fighting in very fast speeds instead of the slow type style on Earth. So I thought it definitely was heart pumping, and the visuals definitely look cool. So I have to watch it again to see if I like it or not.
It's the Mega Monster Battle Ultra Galaxy movie was also directed by Sakamoto, who directed Zack and who is directing Trigger, I think.
I see.
He's the main director lah. So yeah, I think it's kind of his style lah.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell that they can't wait to jump into the action, because they know that's where they are good at.
Yeah. Pretty much, yes.
I also liked the part where, again, I can't remember all their names yet because it's on the first episode, where what's the name? That lady Gamera?
Kameriva or something.
Yeah, that lady villain. How when they were, tossing around in the mud, she really seemed like she had it out for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, so that was quite convincing, even though, again, I had to keep reminding myself that this is actually a kids show. While it is also for the fans, for the adults who ported over from Tiga like 10-15 years ago, it is still made with kids in mind. So it cannot be too graphic. The plot cannot be too twisty. It still has to make sense somehow.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's still a Saturday morning kids show.
Yeah. I had to keep reminding myself that is that. But I think ultimately I still somewhat enjoyed the first episode. But if there is one thing I can mention that might be on a downside, is the pacing's a bit weird.
I totally agree. Yeah, that's actually my biggest complaint, to be honest. Like you from the first scene to the second scene, you jump straight into like one whole long ass exposition, and then suddenly you jump into the action. Yeah. So that's my biggest complaint with the episode. I think you don't, although they've left the whole gut select introduction to the second episode, but you don't spend enough time with Kengo to really know what he's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like they can't wait but to jump to gut select ASAP.
Yeah, which is kind of weird because earlier you mentioned that they already, maybe the directors thought that maybe people already expect the story to be the same or similar to Tiga, and that's why they don't want to spend so much time dwelling on it. But then I also think, like, the fact that they're on Mars, etc., these are things that you can potentially add in episode 1. You could explain why humans are already on Mars. These are things that they could do. Yeah, and then you could say like, this is Kengo, this is who he is, but you don't really see much of that. Like, you see, okay, he wakes up from a bad dream, he exchanges a few words with his mother, and then he's suddenly at work and with his little plant, which is named after that island. and then suddenly he feels like he needs to go to the ruins.
Yeah, that was
that was a bit too fast. Yeah, but I guess you're right in saying that they wanted us to know gut select even more, because I don't think we will come back to those guys in the greenhouse. Yeah, they don't matter.
Yeah, they don't
Possibly
matter.
not.
They don't matter.
Yeah.
Because it kind of felt like how okay, I mean, if I can use as a reference on why I said that they don't want to spend too much time explaining, because you know how right now we are graced with all the great movies from the MCU, and when they finally introduced Tom Holland's Spider-Man, even till now, none of the movies have showed the standard, like, oh, the death of Uncle Ben, and therefore he becomes Spider-Man. They assume that you know already by now. So it kind of feels like that's what they're doing with Trigger also, because they assume, one, you know the entire lore of Ultraman, you know how they function, you know how big they are, how they fight, what does the blinker do. They also assume that you know more or less the outline of the Tiga story. So that's why they are so desperate to, I mean, it feels to me that they are very desperate to jump back to Earth and quickly go into gut select, where they introduce the rest of the team and they could possibly change the dynamic story from there. Because I definitely agree with you, Basil. I think they could have spent, I mean, assuming it's a 30 episode series, they could have spent at least 2 to 3 episodes getting us to love Kengo first, while getting us excited about the team. But all that is done in one episode.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But then I guess in episode 2 we are going to find out how he behaves on Earth, because we don't know whether he's been ever been on Earth or not. We don't know if he's somebody who was born on Mars or so him getting to meet the other gut select members and explore life on Earth could be something that is done differently for Trigger instead of, as compared to the previous shows. Yeah.
I am kind of feeling that, let's hope that they will definitely show a little bit more interesting character development for Kengo. If you hear the way that I commented on Kengo, it's more of like he didn't have a lot of development at all to begin with. And yeah, the only thing that excites me throughout was the transformation and the fight, because the transformation is really suddenly. They really speed everything up. They even sped up the transformation process, which is like what?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the whole entire Heisei, the new Heisei, post zero Ultraman transformation is like, if you watch it, it's like it takes ages.
His henshin was not overtly flashy.
Yeah.
It was really quick.
Yeah, it's really quick. It was almost like, what? That was the reaction that I had. Like, what? That's it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's way too quick, and I don't know whether they will eventually have that very notorious long henshin that we are so accustomed to with the post-Zero Ultraman series. I don't know if that happens.
I guess the hint is in the toys lah. So we need to see how the toys are, what kind of toys they are releasing, and then we just figure out from there lah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because right now they're releasing those like thumb drive magazine cartridge kind of things. Yeah, but it doesn't seem to have any. They don't seem to have any combining purpose, because you can only insert one at a time.
Which finally, I just hate those combination. I love the story of I love the story of Z. I just hate when they have to go into transformation mode. I literally, I think for the longest period of time, I have never bothered to watch that transformation scene. Like whenever I watch,
maybe
yeah, because it's way too long, and I just felt that it's unnecessary. But this time around, I was quite surprised, pleasantly surprised that it was this quick, and I was like, wow, that's pretty good. Although I kind of think that they purposely left a lot of plot holes just for us to follow, but
of course.
it gave us more of a what just happened kind of a feel than get us invested or even interested, because we don't know a lot of things about Kengo, and he didn't. I'm not even interested to know more about him. I'm
Kim
more-
harsh, yeah.
I'll be
Savage,
very,
man.
I'll be
Yes,
very
yeah.
brutal about that. But I would rather hope that they gave a little bit more development on him when he goes to Earth. I think that is more important. And yeah, the way that he talks, everything so far, smiley. Like I said, it's just go on yellow. You get my
It's
point?
just the first episode. Give him a chance.
I definitely want to look forward to see that he at least show some development, character development. That's one. And then I'm not trying to beat on Kengo too much over the first episode, but it definitely, I hope to know more and I hope to see more development. As for the whole entire fight scene, I love it. I just find it too fast. Like suddenly he beats up the alien. Then all of a sudden, what's the lady's name again? I can't forget.
No one knows. Just call her evil lady.
Yeah, the evil lady just show up, grabbed him.
Camila V2.
Yeah, yeah. They just straight away say that you just show up and just for me to fight you or that kind. I can't remember what's the tone.
Me.
Yeah. Then I'm like, well, who are you? I don't even know your name. What are you doing? You're just telling me that you have something against Trigger. And you get my point? So there's a lot of plot holes there. It's almost like, the typical where I have always griped with, if you guys know, I am not a big fan of shows like Batman vs Superman, that kind of shows where they gave me a lot of plot holes and not tell me a story.
Okay.
Yeah, you get what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay.
It made me feel that way.
I
Sure.
don't, because I'm a Batman Superman fan.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I digress, but that wasn't something that I
But-
like.
I'm
Yeah, I
with
think-
Basil on this lah.
Yeah. But
I think. You say first, yeah.
yeah, so it's like giving me a lot, not plot holes, but giving me a lot of cliffhangers, give me a lot of things that I need to follow up. But you didn't give me like a proper story to digest. But that being said, I kind of like again, I'm a huge fan of the theme song. The moment the theme song came out, I was goosebumps all the way. Yeah, even when the fight scene, the moment that theme song came in, when he got this sword, I was like, wow, that was awesome. I just love the theme song.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm a sucker for songs. And
No, I'm a sucker for songs too, but I think the theme song is a step down from last year's.
no,
Yeah.
I kind of don't really. I don't know. I have a different preference.
It's okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay to disagree.
It's
I
always
mean,
subjective, yeah.
Yeah, everyone
it's very
has their own
subjective.
preferences. Like for
Yeah.
me, I based on the song thing, I agree with Beza. I prefer Ops as of now. But to be fair, I haven't seen Jeet nor Z yet. But if you're comparing Tiga and Trigger, obviously I prefer Tiga.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Tiga's-
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I mean, Take Me
No,
Higher
I-
is.
I think
forever.
the song will take a while to grow on me. I mean, it's definitely a catchy song, but I just don't feel like it's an Ultraman song. Not yet. Yeah.
Let's just say that it's suitable for the era that we are in.
I agree.
No, I don't know, man. Yeah. I don't know.
But because we are boomers, so we probably won't like it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know because it doesn't like unlike how SK feels like. I don't feel like it worked for me in the fight scene. Yeah. For example, for the previous Ultraman shows, I think there's a few other Ultraman songs that were nice songs, but they didn't work for me in the fight scenes. One of them was RB, definitely. RB doesn't work in the fight scene.
yeah.
I think the Ultraman Taiga song also doesn't work for me in the fight scene.
Yes.
But
I
Op
don't like
definitely does. Yeah.
I mean, if you're talking about whether the theme song works well in a fight scene, then that I definitely agree with you that watching that scene, I mean, we are all in production. With our humble opinion, as the song, does the song match with the fight scene? No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Probably because again the pacing was a bit wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you are saying that the song by itself, not comparing to the fight scene, whether does it sound like Ultraman or not, I guess in a way you're right also that it doesn't sound like an Ultraman song. But come on, even the current Ultraman don't look like the classic Ultraman. So it changes over time lah. That's why I said it feels like it's it matches up with the current era.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I can see how they're trying to do like a Take Me Higher Redux lah, but nothing can beat that.
Yeah.
Nothing lah. Really nothing can do
Yeah.
that.
I'll put it bluntly. If you say that it doesn't suit, I think that Abi actually is the worst among them.
Yeah, I mean it's not a song that you put in battle lah.
Yeah, no, not just put it better. Like it's not an Ultraman. It's not. Yeah, it's not an Ultraman song. So Abi the song.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm even gonna ask who is Abi? Who's yeah?
Ultraman group
Yeah.
the brothers,
Yeah,
Rosso
the
and Blue.
brothers. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Basil, how do you feel about the whole episode?
I mentioned the pacing. I think one thing that I really hope they touch on the next episode is like, you know, after monsters appeared, after two like evil monsters appeared on Mars, why did they suddenly decide, oh, let's pack up and bring Ultraman back to Earth?
I mean, it's a show for kids. You're not really looking for logic here.
I know,
Yeah.
but yeah, I would just love for them to explain that. Like at least say, oh, you know, they are hunting something that is on Earth, you know. Yeah. Because you see now Mars is practically unguarded.
Yeah.
I mean, possibly Dargon is on Earth.
Possible,
Because,
yeah.
I mean, we saw in the previews that, assuming that will be episode 2, and he
Yeah.
will appear, possibly because he's
Yeah.
on Earth.
Yeah, but I think one thing that I really like is the fact that they are using the three. Well, they're using new versions of the three villains from the Final Odyssey movie.
Yeah.
Would have loved to see a bit more of the ancient Tiga mythos, but you know, rehashing a little bit of that and putting it into Trigger is not so bad either. The only thing that I wish they could have done is at least actually cast face actors for the three, because right now they only have casted voice actors. They don't have face actors yet.
Yeah.
So I mean, by doing that, it would at least help to raise the stakes a little bit more lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually the next question that I was going to ask. Like if you guys think that we'll ever see human versions of the three villains.
I think we will. I think we
Yeah,
will.
Definitely
will.
will lah. They have to cast
Yeah.
also.
Yeah. But I mean, as of now, they haven't said anything yet lah. So you know, it could be that sort of like secret casting kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, what if it's Daigo and Reina?
Nah.
I don't
That'd
know.
be
They
really,
gave,
really weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be really weird.
Yeah.
No lah. I definitely they will cast the Gen Z looking kind. Yeah. Very youngish.
But they leave.
But
they
to
left,
match the ages of
Yeah.
the main characters.
Yeah, but they left a huge portion. Like, they purposely bring in like Diga into the story. It makes me feel like, you know, are they genuinely going to do something with Diga, with the original cast, or they just seriously just want to make it like, you know, alternate universe? It kind of gets me a bit.
No,
I get
speaking of
me
that,
intrigued, like,
yeah.
actually.
Speaking of that, yeah, the old guy Suzuma, right?
Yeah.
He's an interesting character.
Yep.
Yeah, he seems to know the law and what's happening, but you know, we have yet to know where he's from or what's his background and how he knows about these things. Yeah.
I do have one thing that I hope that it won't happen. It's a far fetch, but if it never happen, I'll really genuinely flip the table. That the
Okay.
old guy is actually
Calm down, but okay.
No, it's like this old guy is probably Daigo in his old age. That I will flip the table if it ever happens.
I don't think they'll go there.
Nah.
Let's hope not. Fingers crossed.
No, I don't
Nah,
think they'll go
like why recast an old man to be Daigo when the Daigo actor himself just showed up in the CM?
Yeah, I know. That's why I just don't get why they. Maybe
Uh,
he will
they-
show
they-
up. Maybe he will
they-
show up.
there. They will not do that because they know that by doing that they'll piss off a lot of fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, likely. I do feel that Daigo will show up. Like based on this CM, if it doesn't like until the whole of the entire series and they ever recast, it's going to get a lot of people to be pissed
Maybe
off.
in the movie or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly. You're right.
Yeah,
boss.
because I believe Tiga will show up in the show somehow.
but not Daigo.
Somehow, but not Daigo. Yeah.
Because Daigo showing up, no matter how much we love Kengo at that point, all the fans will go back to Daigo instantly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and even though this is marketed as a new age Tiga or new generation Tiga, they still need Kengo to be the star.
Correct. And yeah, and it's still, you know, it's still the 25th anniversary.
No, unless
Yeah.
there's an alternate possibility that I have a feeling that it may happen is that they don't recast but they create a new host for Tiga.
That would be a sucky. I mean, look what happened to Decade.
I think that's already happened, and it wasn't a popular decision.
If it does happen.
Happened
yeah.
a couple of times already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No one
they
liked
did
it.
it with that revival of the Ancient Giant thing, where it's like a past life of Daigo or something,
Yeah.
and then and his son,
Yeah, the sun thing
and then
was,
after that, then they did that thing in the Ultraman X movie where
Was it the son or-
Reina's actress appeared in a different
Oh yeah.
as a different Reina,
Yeah, correct.
and then she had a son called Daigo, and
Oh,
that
yeah,
Daigo
yeah,
became
yeah.
Ultraman Tiga.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean not a very popular decision, to be honest. I would just prefer if Tiga just appears from a doll or just a ball of light, you know.
Just appear as Tiga. It's good enough.
Correct.
You
Correct.
mean the one
Just
that
like
was
the
Dyna.
Ultraman Tiga and Dyna movie.
yeah a toy that
Yeah.
becomes a Tiga.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I do hope that it's high time that Daigo shows up seriously because they did so many, like you said, they did so many recasting which didn't
Well,
work.
who knows? It could be
Yeah.
possible because V6 is no longer V6 has disbanded. So I would think that the agency strings are not so tight now.
Mm.
To be
Yeah.
honest, I was quite surprised that their agency is so tight because they had a reunion or they have a Tiga movie before that. Like it's just a decade, more than a decade ago only.
Yeah,
So-
I don't know. I mean, we don't know how.
I mean, a
this,
lot can
like,
happen in 10 years
Yeah.
lah.
Yeah,
We don't know how the Japanese
A lot can happen in
entertainment
2 years,
industry works,
much less 10 years so.
yeah, that's true.
so, yeah.
Sure.
So any last words, guys?
No, but I do have to say I don't have much last words except for it was a decent first episode and I'm definitely much more intrigued to find out the rest of the series and where it's gonna lead. But at this point I think it very heavily depends on the old guy.
Yeah. I have to agree
Because
that
none of us care enough of anyone else yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Kind of sad, right? When you watch the Ultraman show and then you relate more to like the oldest character as opposed to the protagonist.
Mm.
Because
But-
the yeah. But
Yeah.
I
It just
would
shows.
say, yeah,
It just shows our age.
No, it's actually more of when they started putting that particular portion in, telling us, hey, we are marketing this trigger as going to be, following Tiga. It's almost like they are setting themselves up in the expectation that we are going to look at Tiga and compare Tiga with Trigger no matter what. So this is already I don't know why I want to use the word challenge, but it's going to be a big challenge and a big shoe to fill for Trigger. It's almost like Taiga. The moment Taiga was associated with Taro, I don't think so anyone went in with, even for me, I have to be guilty. I went in looking Taiga as almost like, is it going to be as good as Taro? And when even the slightest bit that it didn't, we go, okay, it's just bad.
Like there's a
Well-
comparison lah.
Yeah, that's
I think
it is bad, but it was
Tiger's
was
quite a bad show, but it's
Yeah.
not as bad as the original Taro show.
Actually, I pretty like the Taro show. Maybe because it's
The only good episodes were the team ups.
oh yeah.
Yeah, and the episodes versus Tyrant and all that, because most of the show was just garbage. Yeah, it's so bad, right, that I bought the Blu-ray like I think maybe 3 months ago, and I've only finished until these two. I cannot continue. It's too bad. It's too terrible. It's probably gonna take me like an incredible amount of boredom to sit down and start watching it again. And that was the same for me for Leo, because I took 2 years to complete Leo.
Yeah.
And it was around the time when Ultraman began to decline lah. So yeah. So I mean on that note, I'm just glad that they're continuing to make new shows every year, and they have done so every year since 2013. Yeah. So so it's a good thing that the tokusatsu genre is alive and well. we get new stuff of the same old heroes that we enjoy, and I think just happy to continue watching Trigger week after week with you guys.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we do closing? Basil?
Yeah. So I think we'll make this a thing from now to the end of Trigger on a
Yeah.
scale of 1 to 5 spark lens. How do you rate this episode?
Andrew first.
This
if you have
episode,
not.
3 spark lens.
3 spark lens for me too.
Mm.
Oh, you guys
Three
are
spark
generous, you know. I'm sorry, I'm gonna
You're
give
mean.
a 2.
You're just mean.
No,
Yep. You're just mean.
no, I'm just not mean. Sorry.
You
Okay, maybe.
savage.
Okay, I would say this. Okay, you can call me biased. Okay, because I'm just such a huge fan of Tiga, to the point that, you know, like I said, I have been such a huge fan of Tiga. Then you all of a sudden you show me this kind of, you know, the first episode in this manner. I naturally will feel like, you know, okay, yeah. So am I going to be strict on Trigger for the subsequent episodes? Probably. But again, it's also considered the fact that I just finished Z, like legit, because of the fact that they just rerun all the shows, even the missing episodes. So I'm sorry, you know, with the fact that is following one of the best Ultraman show in years, and it also, you know, following up from the one of my favorite show. I have a bar that is kind of set being too high in this case.
Yeah, I mean personally, I hope the whole new generation thing just stops at design and references, and I hope they, you know, show us maybe about a 70% or 80% more new story than you know, just copying the threads of Tiga.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, and I guess there you have it. That's episode 1 of Ultraman Trigger. I hope you guys enjoyed watching our reactions, I guess, and watching the episode as well. Let us know what you think about the episode, and well, like and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more of this. So I guess we'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, guys.